Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, second grade. Welcome back to our PBS classroom. My name is Mrs. A, and I'm so excited to have you join me so that we can become amazing readers and writers. Now remember, you guys have become amazing readers and writers, and you guys are ready for third grade. I know, that's so exciting. So this week, I wanted to share some of I call my chapter books with you guys, because some of you guys are ready. And this is a great one to start with. So I wanted to start off with Mercy Watson. And this is a book written by Kate Camille, and it's illustrated by Chris Van Dusen. Now, this book is actually part of a series, and this is actually book 5 out of 6 books. Can you believe that? And this is a great book to start off with because it's a great early chapter book to start reading. So if you want to read all about Mercy Watson and his adventure with the Watsons, make sure you are checking out these books to read. And don't worry, you don't have to read them in order. You can pick up any book in the series and read it, and you'll understand what's going on. So see if you can find this series on Sora. If you have the Sora app, at your county library or at your school library. And then tell me what you think about them. All right? Awesome. Now, several ways that you can tell me. Don't forget, boys and girls, you can always write to me here at the studio. And use the address below. That's how you get a hold of me. Write to me or send me an email. Tell me what you're reading. Tell me what you're learning. And I'll send you one of these fun activity books. All right? So boys and girls, I can't wait to hear from you guys. Now, don't forget to put your home address or your return address so that I can send these to you. All right? Okay, boys and girls. Now, are you guys ready? Good job. Let's get ready to make that brain super strong. So our brain have been resting all weekend, so let's warm it up by playing a mystery word game. Remember, this is a review game of all the sounds that we've learned already. I'm going to show you some sound spelling cards. Your job, blend it together. Guess my mystery word. If you have a paper or a pencil or a whiteboard nearby, make sure you're writing it down. And then we'll check to see how you're doing. Are you ready? Okay, get ready to warm up that brain. Here are my sounds for my mystery word. Ready? Okay, first sound, the piano card. Piano card says, pa. Good job. Next sound is the rose card. Rose card says, r. So, P-R, pr. That's a beginning blend. Good job. Okay, next sound. Ooh, we have the owl card. The cow card, excuse me. The cow card. What does the cow card say? Ow. Good. Pr. Ow. Are you guessing? Oh, let's see. Last sound. Dolphin card. The dolphin card says D. Okay, now blend it together. Ready? P. R. Oud. What's my word? Proud. Good job. Proud. Okay, let's check. Did you spell proud correctly? Proud is spelled P-R-O-U-D, proud. How did you do? Thumbs up. Oh, good job, boys and girls. Don't forget that owl was spelled with the O-U. That was tricky. Do you guys remember that? You did. Awesome job, boys and girls. Okay, now let's go and practice our high-frequency words. Now remember, high-frequency words are words that show up most frequently when we are reading. So it's important to know how to read them automatically and spell them automatically so we can save all that brain power for those nice longer words that we're going to be practicing this week. Okay? So every day we're going to focus on 2, but all week we have 10 words. So let's focus on the 2 that we're going to learn today. The first word is surprised. Good job. Read it again. Surprised. Good job. Let's spell it. S-U-R-P-R-I-S-E-D. Surprised. surprised. Remember that ed means it happened in the past. Good job. Next word, alone. One more time. Alone. Okay, let's spell it. A-L-O-N-E, alone. Good job. Now, I have 2 sentences for us. Help me read the sentence or the sentences and help me try to figure out which one of these words will go into the sentence so that will make sense. Ready? Let's start with the first sentence. Read with me. She was by the loud sound. Good job. Let's read the second sentence. Nick sang on the stage. Okay, use your context clues to help you. She was blank. There was a loud sound. What do you think she was? She was surprised. Good job. By the loud sound, that makes sense. Good. So that must mean Nick sang alone on the stage? Yes, that makes sense. Good job, boys and girls. Now, let's practice reading all of our high frequency words that we're going to be learning this week. Ready? We'll start with the 2 that we learned today. Ready? Surprised, alone, suppose, for, large, round, beside, notice, became, and hello. Good job, boys and girls. Okay, now let's go in. That's right, let's train our ears. So get those listening ears turned up. Now that our brain is all warmed up, we've practiced our mystery word, we've practiced our high frequency words. Now let's practice listening to sound. Ready? We're going to play a game called Phoneme Addition. And in this game, I'm going to say a word, and then I'm going to add a phoneme. I'm going to add a sound, and then it's going to make a new word. Let's see if you guys can make my new word with me. Ready? Okay. I'm going to use my white and my white box or square and my red dots to help me. Ready? Okay. So if I said this word, age, say it with me, age. Now, if I put the k in front of it, what does it say? K, age, cage. Good job. You got it. Okay. Let's try another one. If I said poke, say it with me, poke. Okay. If I add the phoneme s, what's my new word? Spoke. Good job. Spoke. He spoke up when it was his turn. Spoke. Good job. Okay, last one. Ready? Okay, race. Say it. Race. Okay, I'm going to add the phoneme t. What's my new word? Did you do it? Awesome. I hear you. Trace. How did you do? Thumbs up. Oh, you guys are so smart. Good job, boys and girls. Okay, now let's go and practice our focus for the week. Now remember, we've already learned all the sound spelling patterns that we can learn in 2nd grade. So now we're going to be focusing on some what we call reading skills, right? We're going to practice how to read fluently. And to practice reading fluently, we're going to go over how to divide words into syllables. Because if you can divide words into syllables, boys and girls, that's what we call foundational skills for dividing or for reading multisyllabic word. And that's just a fancy word for words with more than one syllable, right? So last week, we talked about closed and open syllables, right? Looking for those patterns. Today, or this week, we're really going to focus on the silent E pattern, right? I'm always looking for patterns. Now, remember, we learned that when we add the silent E after the consonant, it makes the vowel a long vowel. Okay, and so that follows our consonant, vowel, consonant, silent E pattern. So when I'm reading, I'm going to be looking for this consonant, vowel, consonant, silent E pattern because it stays together. We don't divide this pattern. Okay, so let's look at some of my example. Like here's my word, home. E is going to make the O say O. Home, that's my consonant, vowel, consonant, silent E pattern, right? And that's a one syllable, so I wouldn't divide it. Next one is cupcake, okay? And I knew how to read that because I saw the pattern. We keep it together. Cup is my consonant, vowel, consonant, and it's actually a compound word, so I divide between the 2 words, cup and cake. Same thing for the next word. You see this? Vowel, consonant, vowel, silent E, vowel, consonant, vowel. Oh, let's try that again. Consonant, vowel, consonant, silent E. See, looking for my patterns. They stay together. I divide where they Well, this is also a compound word, so between the two words, pine and cone. Okay, so that's what we're really focusing on this week. So let's practice really quick again with my two words that I have on my chart. Okay, now remember the first thing we do is we're going to look for that pattern. What was the pattern that we were focusing on? The consonant, vowel, consonant, silent, E. I know sometimes I say it really fast and I mix up those words. So I want you to be listening and catch me if I do it incorrectly. Okay, so again, what's the pattern? The consonant, vowel, consonant, silent, E. So if I look at my word, just like if I'm reading, remember we're going to practice this because your brain does this automatically. Good readers do this with their brain. It's going to look for patterns and it's going to say, oh, I see the pattern. Here it is. Here's my consonant, vowel, consonant, silent, E. So in my head, I know this goes together and I know this says sight. So that means the first part of my syllable says excite. Put it together. What's my word? Excite. You see how that happens? Awesome. Let's try with the other word. Again, when you see a word, look for those patterns. Here's that consonant, vowel, consonant, silent, E. So I see my pattern. And what was that rule? We keep it together. So if I keep it together, I know the other part of the word was a suffix, and we learned suffix already. So if you need to, this is what my brain is doing. It's going, I'm going to divide, keep my consonant, vowel, consonant, silent E together. I know FUL is my suffix, as we learned that last week. What's my word? Hopeful. What is it? Hopeful. And that's how we can use this pattern to help us read. And remember from last week, I know full means full of. So hopeful means full of hope. How did you guys do? Awesome job, boys and girls. Okay, let's see. We have time for maybe just one or two practice. So I have my practice reading chart for me. And it's okay if you don't get through all of it today. We can continue tomorrow. Okay, so let's look at the first word. Do you see the pattern? Did you find it? Always look for that pattern. Here's my vowel. Oh, that's right. You guys caught me. C is not a vowel. C is a consonant. U is a vowel. S is a consonant. Here's my silent E. Here's my pattern. What's that rule? Keep it together. Divide. And now that I've divided into two syllables, now let's sound it out. X, K, use. Put it together. What's my word? Excuse. Good job, boys and girls. All right, you guys are doing such a great job. Now remember, continue to come back tomorrow so that we can practice reading fluently. So we're practicing all of this to read fluently. And did you notice that when I found patterns, I was able to chunk them up into smaller, more manageable parts? And that's what our brain does automatically. So we're really focusing on that. All right. So have a good day learning and don't forget to come back tomorrow. All right. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.